All right, what's up, guys? So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a recap slash review of the Game Awards. Now, I didn't stay up for it because I'm an old man. It was on late over here in Ireland. I would have had to stay up till like 4 a.m. to watch it all, and that is just not going to happen. It's absolutely not. I'm in bed by 11 p.m. and I'm up at 7 a.m. So yeah, no, F that. But I watched it this morning when I got up. I really enjoyed it. I think there was some really cool parts that we're going to discuss. I thought it was overall a very good showcase. Jeff Keighley, you put on a stunner. But we're going to go through the best parts of the show and kind of beat by beat in order as well. I'm not going to go like, I'm going to go in order of what the showcase showed, not in order of like what I'm most excited for or whatever. So let's start at the top, and I just want to give a shout out to Sydney. Good Lord. That's about it on that one. But best performance was what they were kind of talking. That's like the first award that I was like interested in, I'd say. And Christopher Judge, definitely a deserved winner. There was a lot of great nominees, but I think he was a deserved winner. And apparently he talked too much. He talked for way too long. He went on. Poor Al Pacino was nearly about to pass away on the sidelines. But also, I did want to say that kid that plays Atreus, Sonny Suljic, is that how you pronounce it? I'm not exactly sure. He looks exactly like Atreus. Mocap is getting too damn good. Even his little facial expressions, his smiles, everything just looked exactly like Atreus. It was almost creepy. And I know that's what mocap is supposed to do, but it's got to just another level now, I feel like. But so enough of that, let's jump into the games. The first game that I was excited about really from the showcase was Hades 2. I absolutely love the first Hades. I don't think I ever actually beat it. I got to the final boss like 3-4 times, and I got him down to like this much health once, and then I died, and I was like, no, I can't do that, and I haven't played the game since. But I do really want to go back and beat it. Like, playing that game and kind of getting the perfect run together was ultra satisfying. Like, you had to get the right skills or you were screwed. Like, you had to get the right skills along the way, and you had to make sure that you didn't lose all your lives along the way. I just feel like it was such a great game. It was just one of those addicting games that got you. It's just a proper video game, you know, and I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see what the second one is like. It seems like you're playing as a female character now, but overall very excited about this one. And then right after Hades 2, they showed Judas, which is from the creators of BioShock, and immediately you could tell, even if they didn't tell you that this was from the creators of BioShock, you could immediately tell that it was. There's just got BioShock vibes and atmosphere written all over it, and this has gone straight to the top of my most excited games list. I'm definitely ready for that one. I really enjoy BioShock. I loved the first one. I really loved Infinite. I still haven't played 2 somehow. I need to go back and play BioShock 2 at some point. I don't know. It feels like that one maybe isn't as revered as BioShock 1 and BioShock Infinite, but I feel like I need to go back and check that one out for myself and play it myself anyway, because I played BioShock late. I didn't play them on release, and when I did play them, I ended up falling in love. BioShock Infinite is probably my favorite one. Hot take. Really hot take. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That one just really clicked with me. But yeah, that game looks great, and I can't wait to see more about it next year. All right, so next up was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and this trailer had a lot of charm, as Rocksteady so often do. They had the Flash involved. He didn't really say much. He was just getting abused. Poor old Flash. He deserves better. But then Batman came in and just absolutely lit the place up. One more performance for Kevin Conroy as Batman. R.I.P. to the GOAT. And yeah, he will be playing Batman in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which is really cool. One last hurrah for him. May he rest in peace. But yeah, overall very excited for this one, to see what Rocksteady can do, especially after seeing how Gotham Knights turned out. You know, it was a bit of a letdown, an overall letdown, I'd say. To see what Rocksteady do with their next game, I think is going to be the big indicator on whether these kind of games can perform without Batman. Well, I guess they're still going to have Batman, but without playing as Batman, if you get what I'm saying. The next game that I really liked the look of was Party Animals. I've seen a little bit from this in the past. It's just basically like a more in-depth, better version of Gang Beasts, and I played a lot of Gang Beasts with my friends back in the day. I feel like that game was just ultra chaotic fun, you know? It's just really fun to play with your friends, just tossing them off trains, tossing them into meat grinders and stuff like that. And I feel like Party Animals in particular has a lot of charm with the characters as well, so that could be one to keep an eye on. I'm definitely gonna check that out with my friends and make sure to throw them off trains and throw them in front of trains. All that kind of stuff, you know, stuff you do with your good friends. Now, next up was Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This was one of the games of the show for me. It just looks absolutely great. I love the first game, and this is as someone that's not really a big Star Wars fan. I don't know why I never got into it as much as most people. I'm more of a Lord of the Rings guy. I guess I'm just more of a fantasy guy in general because Dragon Age, you know, The Witcher, I love them over games like Fallout and stuff like that. So I don't know, sci-fi, I do like it, but it's never been like my favorite genre, I'll say. But I really enjoyed the first one. I did. The story wasn't great, but the gameplay loop, I really enjoyed. I thought it was great. And this one in particular looks like a big step up as well. You can mount creatures to traverse the world. They had like flying mounts even, like where you use it to get across big wide open areas. You can use stormtroopers as human shields. I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than that, honestly. And this one is coming in hot, March 17th next year. Cal got a little stubble. He's looking like a real man, and I'm very much excited about this one. And roll on March, honestly. Next year, the start of next year, there's so many great games coming out early on in the year, which is not something that we're really used to. Like January, February, March, April, just an absolute magnitude of games coming out, and I'm very excited about that. And this is one of the ones that I'm most excited about for sure. And then comes Death Stranding 2. Holy moly, this is a huge one, and a huge one for PlayStation in particular to have this as an exclusive. The trailer was chaotic. I'm gonna have to rewatch it a couple of times, but someone was chasing BB. I think BB might have died, or the baby might have died, and then it regrows inside of the chamber. There's just a whole lot to unpack in this trailer. At the end, they were talking about how he's gonna go on a new journey, and then Lou was a fucking octopus. I mean, what the hell was going on in this trailer? I'm gonna have to watch a couple of breakdown videos with this one, honestly, because Kojima, we know he's a master at work, and I'm very excited to see this narratively. Like, I didn't really love Death Stranding as a video game, but narratively the story was absolutely incredible. I just feel like the gameplay wasn't, I won't say it was bad, but it was not really my style. I guess there was just a little bit too much of traversal and doing the same thing over and over again that I got a little bit sick of, but I absolutely can see the appeal of this game, and I did really love the game still. Like, even despite its flaws, I really enjoyed my playthrough of it. I played it all the way through and loved the story, and I'm very glad that I did play it all the way through because the story is incredible and the characters are incredible, and I can't wait to see what Kojima cooks up with Death Stranding 2. It's going to be a banger, no doubt. And then we'll take a little bit of a break from the games to talk about best narratives. So best narrative was won by God of War Ragnarok, of course. I feel like Plague Tale Requiem deserves a shout out in that category. It was nominated, of course, but I think it's pretty close between those two. I actually really loved the Plague Tale Requiem story. I thought that game was downright incredible, and I can't wait to see what that studio does next, honestly. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok, worthy winner, no doubt about it. And back to the games we go again. From the creators of Divinity Original Sin, they are making Baldur's Gate 3, and despite me knowing absolutely nothing about Baldur's Gate, or even Divinity Original Sin for that matter, I haven't really played too much of that, and this game just really caught my eye. It looks wonderful. I have been wanting to check out Divinity Original Sin because as a huge Diablo fan, I've heard great things about this one being like a more in-depth version of Diablo, at least dialogue wise. I was about to say at least Diablo wise, but yeah, this trailer for Baldur's Gate 3 got me hyped, and I don't know if I'm going to need to play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 to have played this, but I really want to check this game out, and it's on my radar 100%. I thought this trailer was great. Definitely got me hyped for the game and reeled me in. And speaking of Diablo 4 was actually up next, and it kicked off with a little Halsey performance for some reason, but it was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, like that was a really good performance from Halsey. Diablo 4, on the other hand, looks absolutely amazing. Now, I was already getting juiced up on Diablo 4 before this showcase because I just listened to Force Gaming and Skill Up talk about their experiences with playing 20 to 25 hours of the game, and it was pretty much all positive stuff in terms of the gameplay anyway. So if they can keep the monetization reasonable, I think we're on for a big winner here. And that is a big if, of course, because we're dealing with the people who made Diablo Immortal. But yeah, everything I'm seeing about this game is just getting me incredibly excited. The gameplay, the cinematics, the world details, I'm here for it all, baby. And Diablo 4 is coming out, I believe, in June. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. Stay tuned for June when we're going to be able to play Diablo 4. I think you can get early access to the open beta as well by pre-ordering the game, which I'm about to go and do right now so I can get my hands on this game as soon as damn possible. Next up is a DLC for a game that I'm actually currently playing, Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores. Fuck yes. And when I say that I'm playing it now, I've actually been playing the game the last week to try and get the platinum. I obviously beat the game way back when it came out, but I've been playing it again to get the platinum, and it honestly might just edge out God of War as my game of the year. Like, I'm kind of going back and forth between the two. I absolutely love this game, and it's going to go down as one of my favorites of the last decade for sure. We don't know too much about the DLC yet, but I'm very excited to learn more. The scenery with the Hollywood sign and everything looked absolutely glorious, and yeah, I'm just waiting on this one. It's actually coming out sooner than you may think. It's coming out April 19th, 2023. So just over 4 months away. And I will be waiting patiently for this one because once I get the platinum, I'm going to have the itch to play this DLC 100%. But yeah, even going back and just doing the side quests and going to every nook and cranny in this game, it's a wonderfully crafted experience. And I really think if you haven't played Horizon Forbidden West, if you were caught up in the Elden Ring hype when that came out, fair enough. But I'd highly recommend going back and checking out Horizon Forbidden West because this was a game that I fell in love with immediately, and I think you will too if you give it a chance. Next up were a couple of titles that I haven't heard of before. Well, Remnant 2, which is a sequel to Remnant from the Ashes, which I played a bit with my friends actually, and I enjoyed it. And then they showed a Transformers game. Haven't been into that franchise in a while, but cool, I guess. The next game they showed was actually really cool. It was called Behemoth. It had an awesome trailer, but I'm not too sure what the game really was in totality, but there was dope looking sword combat, a grappling hook to get up icy mountains, and an absolute behemoth of a creature, where I guess that's where the title comes from. But overall, really cool trailer, and I'm interested to see more on this one. It's definitely on my radar now. And then we'll take another break from the games just to talk about the best score in music. I honestly thought this was a tough one, as I feel all the nominees had wonderful soundtracks out of the ones I played anyway, which was God of War, Plague Tale, and Elden Ring. But I think God of War Ragnarok, which did win, would have been my pick as well, just about. But Plague Tale had an incredible soundtrack. Elden Ring had some incredible music while you were traversing the world as well. I feel like they all would have been worthy winners, but God of War just edges it out, and definitely a worthy winner. God of War racked up a serious amount of awards here at the Game Awards, no doubt about it. So next up was an RPG from Don't Nod. This one was called Banishers, which I'll say I'll be mildly excited about because their games can be hit or miss for me. I absolutely loved Life is Strange, but games like Vampire just never really clicked with me for some reason. But I definitely have interest from the trailer that we watched though, and I will give this one a go. It seems like you have a ghost alongside you of some sort on your journey with you, which is pretty cool, I think. Yeah, overall, I think this one looks like a cool experience that I'll give a shot for sure, but I'm cautiously optimistic about that one, I'll say. And then we moved into Warhammer 40k Space Marine, which looked absolutely epic. I've never really got into these games, sadly enough, but maybe this will be the one that gets me to dive in, or I don't know, I just never really kind of tried these games out, but every time I see them, they look cool. So maybe this will be the one that I have to finally dive in and try out with my friends, because I believe they're all co-op as well, which is something that most games sorely lack these days as well. Next up was The Lords of the Fallen. That was announced, not to be confused with Lords of the Fallen, which came out in 2014 from the same team and the same studio. It's being classed as a reboot, I guess, but I'm really sick of games picking the exact same name for a new game. Have a little bit of creativity or something, Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess they did put the in front of it, but yeah, the game looks cool, I guess. I don't know, I just hate that. Like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, not to be confused with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Like, pick a new name, man, please. Sorry, got a little bit excited there, but then we roll on to Crime Boss. and the intro of this game on the stage was a little bit hard to watch. It was a little bit cringy. The crowd wasn't really reacting, but the game actually looks super fun. So it's an FPS heist game that stars the likes of Vanilla Ice and Chuck Norris. LOL, yes, Chuck Norris. But basically, you have to make your way up in the world as a criminal. And I thought that was a pretty cool looking concept. The characters look unique and interesting. And yeah, it kind of looks like maybe a bootleg GTA. I don't know. It looks interesting. Anyway, I'm excited to see where it goes and give it a chance and see how this game turns out. Best game direction went to Elden Ring, which I think is completely fair, as it's very new and unique in the way that it handles exploration and story. And I think that a lot of people were kind of getting, I'll say, fatigued from the open world, the typical Ubisoft open world style. And I think Elden Ring kind of blew that out of the water and just handled it so much differently to that. And it was just kind of really great timing for a game like this. Yeah, I thought that they did a great job with that for sure. But yeah, exploring and finding new things in Elden Ring was definitely a wonder. So next up, they showed the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty DLC. It's coming, and it's got Johnny Silverhand involved again, which is exciting. I'm really excited for this one personally. I never really had any of the performance issues and bugs that people had with Cyberpunk 2077 at launch. I was playing on PS5, and I really liked the game a lot, honestly. And Idris Elba will also have a role in Night City in this DLC, which is pretty cool as well. But yeah, I'm excited to check out the DLC. I beat the game and really enjoyed it. I kind of went back and played a little bit more when they did the PS5 upgrade, but I never done a full playthrough again. But yeah, I think these guys are absolutely brilliant. I love them. I love The Witcher, and I'm really excited to see what they do with the Cyberpunk DLC. And then next up, Jeff bigged up this global announcement from Bandai Namco, and it was a slow burning start. I had no idea what it was, and then it showed the From Software logo, and people got really excited. As a person who's only ever beat one From Software game and has no experience with Armored Core whatsoever, Armored Core 6 looked pretty awesome. I gotta say, the art style and the characters and stuff like that looked the characters, I should say, the robots or whatever the hell they are, the Armored Core things look really cool. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll have to look into this franchise a little bit. I don't know if I'll end up playing it, but it looked really cool at least, and I hope people are excited. From Software fans and Armored Core fans are excited about this one because it looks dope, and they're bringing out a new game in 2023 right after releasing Elden Ring this year. That's pretty impressive, I must say. Now, next up, I didn't think I'd be saying this, but Final Fantasy 16 looked epic. I haven't played more than a couple of hours of a Final Fantasy game in a very long time. I tried to get into the Final Fantasy 7 remake, didn't really click with it. I think it was Final Fantasy 14. No, not 14. That's the online one. Maybe the one before that, 13, or was it 15? I don't know. Anyway, I tried to get into one of them and I couldn't get into it. The one with the goddamn chocobos where you were kind of with your crew of 4 or whatever. I couldn't get into that one either, but maybe this will be the one that finally gets me, because I thought this looked great, and I might honestly just have to try one more time in June to get into the Final Fantasy series, because people rave about it, they rant and rave about it, and this one looks great, I must say. So I'll check it out and I'll see if I can click with it once and for all. And also, you could pet this wolf dog thing, and that's just a big bonus for me always, as I have 2 wolves of my own. But yeah, Joseph Fares came on stage next. He was basically introducing the orchestra and the game for the game of the year, and the orchestra was pretty damn beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was gorgeous, and I almost started tearing up hearing them doing the Plague Tale bit. So they basically kind of switch between a little bit of each game's music. And Elden Ring, of course, won Game of the Year. Not my personal pick, but I can 100% understand it. And it was a phenomenon of a game. It's hard to explain just how massive this game was, honestly. It's fully deserved, and it's really nice to see how happy the team was at the end of it. They were all smiles, and the guy was kind of shocked when he won. He was like, oh, and he was all hyped about it. So that was really cool to see. And then, for some reason, a kid got on stage with them and just started thanking Bill Clinton. I was like, what the hell is going on here? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this kid was thinking, but Jeff Keighley put it after the show that he had been arrested. Straight to the gulag for you, sir. Don't ever talk about the Clintons. It's a bad idea. You're going straight to hell, sir. But no, that was super awkward and weird, but it was kind of funny at the same time. And that's going to be a meme for a meme? Nope, a meme for quite a while to come, I would have to assume. But overall, yeah, I'd grade the Game Awards as a B+, I would say, even maybe an A. So I thought it was overall a very good showcase. I feel like these showcases are just a little bit too long, but I can understand that because they have to try and pack everything in here with the performances and the awards and the world premieres. But I feel like maybe you can cut some stuff and bring it down from 3 hours or so. But anyway, very much enjoyable anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the recap. I thought I'd just do a little bit of a recap for people who don't want to watch the full 3-hour showcase, or who kind of want my thoughts and opinions on the show itself. And yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about the future of gaming, especially for 2023. There's a lot coming out in 2023. Like, let me just have a look at the games even before the Game Awards, like the games that are coming out early next year. We had Dead Space Remake, we have Forspoken, we have Deliver Us Mars, we have Hogwarts Legacy, we have Wild Hearts, we have Skull and Bones, we have Resident Evil 4 Remake, and then stuff that was announced yesterday, Diablo's coming in June, and there's probably a lot more games coming out early next year that I'm missing out on, but those are the ones that are 100% on my radar, and I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase. There was a lot more stuff as well that was revealed and announced that I didn't really click with personally, but I'm sure people will be excited about, like Tekken and stuff like that, but just not really my kind of games. I suck at fighting games. I'm absolutely terrible. I tried Smash Bros, I've tried Tekken, I've tried Mortal Kombat. I'm just dick. All right, I can't do them for whatever reason it may be. Even the Injustice one as well, I tried and I sucked at it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this little recap of the Game Awards. Thank you for all the support here on the Apex Sound 2 channel. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll be having a Fallout 3 Part 1 going up either later today or tomorrow. Not sure exactly yet. Sanakagi's in the process of editing that, but he'll have to edit this one first, obviously, because this is the priority to get up for you guys. But thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had a blast watching the Game Awards if you did. And thank you for all the support here on the channel. I'd love to hit 10,000 subscribers early next year. We got a lot of games to cover here on the Apex Sound 2, and I will be covering them to the best of my ability with the help of Sanakagi, and I really appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you next time. It's been my pleasure to serve you all. Peace out.